So I've done a couple things recently. I have started to put in where I want to have the street. This is going to be 15th Street. Let's see if I can turn that back the way it's supposed to go. Turn that back the way it's supposed to go. It doesn't line up perfectly, but I have a backdrop here. And it's a little bit smelly in here because I just put it up with this. It'd be good probably to open up the window, but I can't get to that right now, and it's late, and I don't feel like doing that. But anyway, it's not too bad. Um, I have gotten it stuck up. So this is actually where the railroad runs through here. There's 15th Street right there, so it continues on through there. It's kind of difficult. I guess I could have tried over and over again to get exactly the right spot. Um, but what I discovered is that when you start to take a panoramic photograph like this, when you get too close to something, it's going to, just like this, as you get closer, it's going to widen out and it's going to take more and more and more of the photograph. And the road itself isn't that wide. So if I'm going to try to make a roughly scale version of it right here, which it probably won't be exactly, it's going to be difficult to have it seamlessly go into a picture like that unless I can get like up and higher, and I can't really do that. Plus, it seems really hard to find videos of how to do a proper transition, but that's all right. I mean, ideally, I could have been able to put it through here, but I don't want to put it through all this point work and stuff. So I'm not doing that. Anyway, so yeah, so it kind of does a good job of conveying where everything is going because it's going through here, and then I'm going to try to build something similar to this that looks like it's part of this right here. It's going to cover up this stuff here. It's going to cover up that because I have my own version of that right there, roughly. And then it's going to go hopefully all the way to the corner. And I will extend probably some kind of blue sky, I'm guessing, over to here. And then I think over here, obviously we'd start to get into some of my other junk that I have stored off to the side. I think over here, eventually I'll work on getting a backdrop put through there. It'll probably be only about a foot tall, covering up the window there. I don't want to cover it up all the way. I think what I'll do, it will be another part of Auburn in the near, like right around there. There's the ball, is that aluminum and brass place that is actually back this way, and I like the way that building looks, so I might take a photograph of that and put a couple photographs together and put that over here. But otherwise, I'm feeling like it's coming along pretty well. Now that I got that finally put in, I feel like I can start to do some scenery here. I need to make sure that I have all of my frogs powered. This one and that one. I think I need to work on these ones because something weird happened here. I think I had some jumpers that went from somewhere, one rail to another, like here to here and here to here, but I think those came undone or they didn't work quite right or something. Trains still run over here fairly well. I just need to clean up my track and all that kind of stuff. Oh, but it's coming along. It's coming along nicely. I'm gonna need to start working on adding a couple more of these, like over here. When I put stuff in, when I put in the ground goop, I've got ground goop already. And then I need to actually start working on some of the buildings that are here. I'm not sure if I should scratch build some of the buildings or use like some of the kits that I have. I have some kits over here, more reference photographs for how stuff looks. I don't know if I'll be able to make it look like that, but I've got this right here. Oh, I can hear the actual tray in the background. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is N scale down here. That is going to be for a T-track or N-track module. Another thing that I did today here is I tried to cover up. We'll see how this works. I need to sand this out. It's on a bit of a, well, it's not great right there. It's on a bit of a curve here, so I'll have to sand that out and paint it black again. Paint this black again. But these are my switches for, I think, here and there. And you can see that under here. So it's coming along. I feel like I'm finally making some progress. I don't know what I'm going to do over here. Maybe I'll just put nothing here. Maybe I'll try to build like a big tree to go up over here, because in the prototype in real life, there are some trees that go through here, and and there's a fence line I think as well that comes through here. So maybe I'll do that as a bit of a view block. The train will start here, and it will maybe I'll maybe try to have, I don't know how far it's going to go. How many cars do I need to have? It's something that I've sort of thought about. It's kind of flexible. Maybe I'll do that and have that in a future video. I'll have cars put roughly where they will go, to simulate how it's going to look and where the cars are going to go. Actually, interesting thing, if you're curious about what this is, on 15th Street, there used to be a crossing. I don't know what it went to. I don't know if it went into this area here. They've since pulled out the rails recently because at this place they have added this this entrance for semis, going into back around over here. I think in their tank, I think tank semis, whatever they're called, tanker semis go in there. But otherwise, this used to be another crossing that was here, and I can't really see evidence of where it came through here, but I'm going to put that here. So there's going to be no track here on this roadbed, but it will probably inevitably look a little bit higher than everything else. But this will be visible here. You can go on Google Maps and you can find on 15th Street where that is, which is pretty cool. There is still one track that goes across here. I don't know if there were ever two tracks that crossed 15th Street, but right away though it did split and it went into two somewhere past 15th Street. There was one that went off here and went into the Foundry, but here I'm just using that as my second track. It's a bit weird. It's like the two tracks start here and kind of come through here, and I do spread it out because I wanted to do more interesting stuff in here. I didn't just want to have two parallel tracks. This is the freight house that went through there. So anyway, that's all for now. That's what the backdrop looks like. If I come up a little bit higher here, I can, there we go. Cool. So, peace.